Maximus.
My name isn't Titus, it's Maximus.
America's Brotherhood of Steel guy. Concussed, nonplussed, he marched alongside Lucy without much fuss into our open hearts. But what level is he? Welcome to Level With Me, where we calculate the in-game levels of characters in outgame media. My name is Trey, and today we're taking a close look at Maximus from the Fallout series on Amazon Prime. While Lucy closely represents the player on a first run-through of Fallout, Maximus feels more like an RP run, a roleplay. Maximus is not a vault dweller, but rather someone who knows this world, for better or worse. And for much of this first season, he and Lucy are moving parallel to each other's goals. But does that equate to parallel gains in experience? In order to find out, we need to figure out our known data points and establish some rules.
Why? It's the rules.
As with Lucy, we'll be calculating Maximus's level using Fallout 3 mechanics. The reasoning for this is based primarily on the official special stats released by Bethesda for Maximus, Lucy, and the Ghoul. Essentially, these stats are achievable as base level, level 1 starter stats in Fallout 3, but not Fallout 4. By opting to not rely on Fallout 4 mechanics, we are foregoing the XP bonuses tied to intelligence score, being well rested, or the lover's embrace. That doesn't mean we won't be seeing any XP boosts. We'll be calculating combat XP according to the hardest difficulty in Fallout 3, and doing so will net us a bonus 50% XP per combat encounter. For a more in-depth explanation on Fallout 3 versus Fallout 4 XP breakdowns, go check out my Lucy video here. And if you're looking around, look and see if you're subscribed. Most of you aren't, so do. And bell, and thumb. Thumb bell sub, yeah? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. XP rewards will be granted for 3 distinct events: killing enemies, discovering locations, and completing quests. Also, any pertinent retcons regarding Lucy's XP will be addressed when applicable. I'm not perfect, I understand that. So, did Maximus maximize his XP gains in the first season of Fallout, or did he min-max the wrong stats to end up back at the bottom of a Brotherhood dog pile? Let's find out. We meet Maximus, that's Maximus, just as he's getting concussed by some friends, that's friends. Maximus is a Brotherhood of Steel aspirant, and his life kinda sucks right now. No XP from latrine duty. Dane, that's Dane, is Maximus's only friend. They become injured in the line of promotions, and while Maximus is the primary suspect, he still manages to take Dane's place as a squire. Maximus is assigned to Knight Titus, and the two are tasked with hunting down, who's this guy? Zigzag? Gilzig? Wilzig! Only an idiot would get that name wrong. Maximus earns 200 XP for getting anointed and leaving the base. Congrats on level 2. Episode 2 opens to some fresh air, kind of. Titus is a dirty dick, evidenced by having Maximus polish his codpiece. Titus eventually gets bored of flying,
I'm bored and I want to shoot something.
and decides he wants to continue this hunt from the ground. Maximus's expert tracking skills identify evidence of a nerd and a dog outside of an ominous deadly cave. Titus sends his squire to investigate when a Yaoguai attacks. Did I say that right? Did I pronounce that right? Maximus kills it expertly and moves to save his knight, but Titus is unworthy.
It gotta be the worst fucking squire there is. This is all your fault.
Maximus helps him die, takes his armor, and absconds to finish this quest solo. After rescuing a chicken enthusiast and discovering he has rockets, Maximus makes his way to Philly, where he accurately identifies Whirligig and blocks the Ghoul from taking him. Maximus, disguised as Titus, falls in love with Lucy and asks her to keep Ziggy Stardust safe. Maximus knows the power of the power armor, but the Ghoul knows its weaknesses. He disables Maximus and sends him flying, but Lucy and Willy Wonky manage to escape. Episode 2 was a busy day for Maximus. He slayed a Yaoguai, or however it said, and a Brotherhood of Steel knight. He discovered Philly and named it Maximus Town, and located Weevil Underwood, thereby completing the first leg of his main quest, gaining just enough XP to reach level 3. Episode 3 begins with stress. Maximus must repair his power armor before he can carry on. Getting any repairs done in Philly is like pulling teeth, which is exactly what he does. Returning to his Sherman on legs reveals some raiders trying to strip the suit for parts. Maximus gets concussed, again, but takes the opportunity to dish out some wasteland justice. Sort of. By my reckoning, Maximus disables this guy, conks out this guy, and crushes this guy's head. Gross! The rest, as far as I can tell, run off. This little soiree is enough to rocket Maximus to level 4. Maximus, still cosplaying as Titus, is informed he's getting his own squire, Thaddeus, his former bully of sorts. Maximus, refusing to break generational trauma, proceeds to commit what scientists call a dick move. Thaddeus delivers their new quest, Find Wilzig, Eliminate Obstacles. By tracing the ghoul's radiation signature, the two come upon Whirlwind's decapitated body. Maximus determines that whatever made Witchblade special was in his head, and a new quest is acquired. Their continued tracking leads them straight to Hollywood Boulevard, where they encounter a Gulper. So these guys aren't in Fallout 3 or New Vegas. They do exist in Fallout 4 via the Far Harbor DLC, and they exist in Fallout 76. However, this Gulper seems to be a very specific special variant, as evidenced by things we find out later in the series. The base XP for the largest variant of Gulper in Fallout 4 is 67 experience. I tried to do some math to determine an equivalent XP exchange system between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, but quickly determined that I like math, but I don't like math that much. So, base 67 XP, 101 on hard mode, come at me in the comments. Maximus and Thaddeus defeat the Gulper and are rewarded with Willy Wonka's head, completing this new leg of their main quest. Welcome to level 5. Oh, and Dogmeat is there too. That's cute. Maximus is not in episode 4. Episode 5 opens with camping. Maximus and Thaddeus are bonding over their shared victory, roasting some roach mallows, when Thaddeus suggests getting branded. Maximus is hesitant, but obliges, and reveals his identity. He's not Titus, and it's time they got their story straight. Thaddeus flips out, gets his foot crushed, and pulls Maximus's fusion core. He absconds with the head, leaving Maximus locked in a tomb of his own making. He doesn't have to suffer for long, though, because Lucy shows up to save him. Nice. The two exchange lives and agree to track down Squire Thaddeus, and with it, the head of Wile E. Coyote. They set off, trauma bonding and lore dumping their way to an encounter on the bridge. Maximus identifies the would-be highwaymen as fiends and dispatches them swiftly to the post-apocalyptic afterlife. He does, however, become grievously wounded in the process, and the two must get help in order to proceed. While looking for help, Maximus helps Lucy discover the crater that was once his home, Shady Sands. No Discovery XP for that, since he's from there. The two discover Hawthorne Medical Laboratories, however, and subsequently also discover Vault 4. Episode 5 closes out on quite a roller coaster for Maximus. He lost his head, he lost his squire, and he almost lost his life, twice. Thankfully, episode 6 is much more relaxing. Maximus and Lucy are vaulted into the safety of a vault, though Maximus is a bit hesitant at first. "It's all good, bro," says Lucy. "You just need to get vault coded." "I don't know what that means," replies Maximus. "I don't understand the words you're saying to me." "Cringe. Just vibe with it, bro," says Lucy, and vibe he does. Maximus gets patched up and immediately given his own apartment. He's adapting quite quickly and discovers the joys of caviar, soft robes, and reality TV. Lucy gets spooked by the atmosphere of the place and shows up to find Maximus very assimilated. She airs her concerns, but let's be real, this is probably the first not leaky roof Maximus has had since childhood. He's vault coded. Episode 6 was short and sweet for Maximus, and why not? He earned this. You know, there's something to be said about vaults and vault tech. I think I get it. I mean, it provides a sense of security for you. It provides a sense of community and purpose. You don't have to worry about what clothes you're gonna wear. You just get the uniform. You don't have to worry about your jobs. It's chosen for you. You've got this neat little computer on your wrist that gives you all the information you need for the day. It tells you all your goals and steps you need to take to, oh God, am I vault pilled? Anyway, Maximus is now level 6 and starts episode 7 realizing he must pave paradise in order to save Goosey.
Oh, no, it's Lucy.
Right, my bad, sorry. Maximus slinks off to the power generator room, steals the fusion core, powers up his power armor, and proceeds to Stone Cold Steve Austin his way through vault security. As it turns out, that was a bit of an overreaction.
Sorry.
But the vault is chill. Lucy and Maximus do agree to return their fusion core.
No.
Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, they do. Good karma. Good. Maximus and Lucy have a heart-to-heart in the hall, where Lucy offers her vault and her heart as a home. Maximus decides to come clean about who he is. A thief, a murderer, undeserving, he says. But Lucy recognizes the truth of the world.
The wasteland sucks. Do you want to come live with me in my vault?
And the two set off once more, continuing their tracking to K-Piss Radio. Sorry, KPSS. No, actually, K-Piss Radio. Also, I forgot to award Discovery XP to Lucy for this location. That's my bad. There's literally a sign right there. I said the locations with signs get location XP. And, you know, I was distracted by Fred Armisen just being Fred Armisen. Here's your 10 XP. Sorry, Goosey. Maximus's squire is present and accounted for, as well as healed. Very healed. Gould? Man, I want to play as a ghoul. And no, not like Fallout 76 where you can use the perk cards to make it happen, and I don't want to use mods. Realizing the fragility of his situation, Thaddeus bails and leaves the head with Lucy and Maximus. As the Brotherhood approach, Maximus makes a tactical choice. He tactically bashes a nearby severed head and tactically swaps the head, handing Zep over to Lucy. Maximus then tactically kisses her and sends her off, awaiting his fate with the Brotherhood. Episode 7 was very karmic, full of good choices and good intentions, if nothing else. Completing 2 quests are Man of Steel rockets all the way to level 8. Nice. Episode 8 opens with a bit of a downer. You see, Maximus is about to get judged as heck by the Brotherhood. Turns out they've solved his false head puzzle and are none too pleased about it. Also, fun continuity to see all the steps repaired after the fight with the ghoul from a few episodes ago. That's neat. Less cool is Maximus's impending execution. Sad. He offers to take them to the head in exchange for the unique ability to not die right now. Dane vouches for Maximus, and Quintus, that's Quintus by the way, he was great in Mr. Robot. Go watch Mr. Robot, is persuaded. Quintus and Maximus talk privately to hash out a new arrangement, wherein Maximus is given 2 new quests: lead the Brotherhood to the head and build a new Brotherhood. Maximus and Dane gear up for the assault on Moldaver's compound, heart-to-hearting on the glory of battle to come, or lack thereof. Maximus seems more eager to get out than anything, but as Dane explains,
"There's nowhere safe, Max. And there's no leaving. I wish there was."
As the Brotherhood approaches Griffith Observatory, we must ask ourselves a very important question. Do we award Maximus XP for kills performed by his comrades in arms? We did, after all, award Companion XP to Lucy for the Fiends, but we did not award XP to Maximus for Lucy's handling of the scientists in Vault 4. See, I would argue this is due to proximity. Companion nearby, within sight, XP is awarded. But this is different. So we need to establish a precedent for a large group of aligned people with the player attacking another large group that are antagonistic to the player. And I think we can get that. You see, Fallout 4 introduced this thing called settlements, and they were very, very popular with the crowd. They're small villages for survivors of the wasteland that are managed by the player. As those settlements grow, they can become targeted and raided by opposing groups in the wasteland. Raiders, super mutants, you get the idea. But here's the question. If the player occupies the space of a raid and settlers aligned with the player kill raiders, does the player earn combat experience? According to this footage from Fallout 4 that I recorded and spent way too much time getting to trigger, no, they do not. So, no XP for all these bodies. I'll leave that calculation to dead meat. I don't count bodies, only bills and XP and heists. Following Maximus closely during this raid, I can't say for certain he's directly involved in any actual fighting. He does get another concussion here, that's for sure. As Maximus and the Brotherhood push into the new California Republic headquarters, the ghoul appears to John Wick his way through the room. Rad. It's hard to tell, but it looks like Maximus falls back and doesn't participate in the mass dying. Instead, he navigates into the room with Lucy and her father, escorted by a headless knight. Dude, that's metal. Maximus frees Lucy's father, but learns the truth. Hank, that's Hank by the way, bombed Shady Sands and orphaned Maximus. Dick. Not that Maximus has much time to do anything about it. Papa's got a new suit and knocks Maximus unconscious in his final concussion of the season. As Maximus comes to, Lucy and her father are gone. Moldaver, that's Moldaver, is dying. She enters the room and activates the cold fusion machine.
What do you suppose your brotherhood would do with infinite power?
Moldaver dies as Dane pushes into the room. They proclaim Maximus a knight, the sword of the new brotherhood, and the season ends. So, how did Maximus make out in season 1? How many levels did he get? How many concussions? Why don't you level with me and let's find out. In total, Maximus earned approximately 5,889 experience points across 7 episodes, because remember, he was not in episode 4. He fought 11 different enemies, most of whom died. Very nice. Maximus also completed 9 quests, which carried him forward a lot. Turns out, having a boss means you get more quests. Does this work? Is this what a job is like? Huh, who knew? Maximus discovered 6 unique locations across the wasteland, which are still not worth a lot of XP in Fallout 3 terms. Still, the journey was there and it meant something. By my calculations, and with the assistance of our handy XP table from Fallout 3, Maximus concussed his way across the line into level 9, just barely, by season end. As always, what remains unknown are any perks picked up along the way. Is there an anti-concussion perk? Hopefully he chooses that for season 2, because getting his brain rattled was his most used skill. Maximus's level is pretty reasonable for the first season, and I for one am looking forward to where he goes next. Next time on Level With Me, I'll be calculating the Ghouls XP before moving on to new properties. What would you like to see first? Cyberpunk? The Witcher? What about the Dungeons and Dragons movies? Did you know there's actually 4 of them? I know, and some of them are like really bad. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. Your support means we can experiment with new projects, and I can't wait to show you everything I've been working on. If you fancy yourself interested, you can click the link down below to look into joining. We've got a Discord full of memes, games, food, cat pics, a lot of cat pics. Sometimes I'll even talk about upcoming projects. Of course, just being here is fantastic of you. Every day I get to do this is a dream coming true, and I'm not stopping until you do. Please, take care of yourselves, share the videos with friends, and remember, I'm here to make stuff. You're here to watch. Thanks.